emergency lockdown is in effect.
Found anything?
Yes? What have you... Ah, yes, I know. It may be that our proximity during our long slumber may have had unforeseen consequences. We seem to be able to speak without speaking. Perhaps this effect will pass with time. Then hope that we have little to say to each other, lest it prove distracting. I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious. And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy.
you doing down there? The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels. I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot, real soon.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance? Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This mod has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats. Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how... Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When... Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be in... Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in... Of course, Master. Hesitant answer. Ah, a T3 utility droid. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, this individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself... But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid? Answer. Ah, then that would explain why such a T3 unit... Of course, Master. Accessing memory. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. It was... Where did you leave the droid, Master?
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior course, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility. When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. But I can't find a trace. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central.
Found anything? Yeah? Did you blow it up? Because droids can't be trusted. Look, I could have let you rot in those mining tunnels, and all I get from you is back. You know what? I don't trust you. For all I know, you could have caused all this trouble. So before you start accusing me of anything, Jedi, maybe you better take a look at what you've done.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see. Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Answer. Only the Paragus administration off. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off. Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners scream. Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous. Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary... I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the... Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is... correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master. Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area. Musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer would conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the... Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition. Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is maintenance control. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped. Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance? Condescending musing. Conjecture. Explanation. Condescending explanation. Answer, Master.
Found anything? Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the... There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the... You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them. That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words.
dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid consoles. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central... The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I understand it, though. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with them? I think security's right. Someone... Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows that. The sensor should allow me to issue voice. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit. The protocol droid, however, made up. Still, it wanted to make it... There's been some trouble. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in Medbay. I thought they'd all gone away. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. That can't be good. When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it. The maintenance check on the droid. Security interrog... I can't help it. I think security's right.
Greeting. Alarmed query. In thoughtful extrapolation. Perhaps it is too bad that there is no way to reach the... Of course, Master. How many... Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. I heard his dying screams as the droids he... Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record?
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone... Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from... Recitation? Oh, yes, Master.
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at... Greeting. Recitation?
5 droids. Oh, my leg!
Addendum. His... Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of... Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming...
Found anything?
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next... You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they...
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start...
Yes, sir. Maintenance control.
Idiot.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility. On the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Huh? What are you doing out there? You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get... What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents. Right in... I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking I have a bad feeling about this.
you.